Alrighty, we are back here for what I do believe is day 8 in our GT6 world here. And I have been out collecting clay, sweating in the hot clay mine, a little area across the river there. And we need to get some of this cooked up here. I've already cooked up 7, and we're cooking up a little bit more here, and we are going to make our first crucible today. So chisel, hammer, hardened clay, and we have a crucible. And then we're going to do 5 of these. Chisel and hammer, like, hello? Am I losing my mind? I think I'm losing my mind. I've done this recipe a million times. Chisel, hammer, yeah. Chisel. Why are you arguing with me? 5 hardened clay, chisel, and a hammer. Chisel, hammer, hardened clay. Okay, so it goes this way. I swear I did that one earlier. Okay. So we have the mold, we have the crucible, we're getting some more hardened clay done here. Now we need a burning box. Let's go ahead and get us some lead cooked up here. Galena will make us nuggets, and 3 of them to be exact for each one. So that'll give us 12, and then we have 5 crushed lead that we will use as well. While that is cooking, let's go ahead and make 2 more molds. And we're going to pop these down here, and one of the most important ones is going to be a rod mold, which is a straight diagonal line across from corner to corner. Now this is a long rod or long stick mold. You can also do a regular rod, which is a straight line across. And as you can see, you can pick these up with your hand. You do not have to use a pickaxe. You'll see that one says sticks and rods, or that one is long. This is a full ingot's worth. This is half an ingot's worth. And then another important one that we will need is an ingot, which is 3/5 of the mold chiseled out, and that will make us ingots. Alright, so let's stick that in there. We're going to put this wood pulp in here. We're going to use it. And then this will be about all we're going to have to deal with nuggets. So for anybody that didn't like having to deal with nuggets in GT5, this is going to be about the end of your nugget dealings. Because once we get a crucible, we will be able to melt that stuff down and pour it into ingots. Never have to shapelessly craft them again. Alright, let's place that on the ground. Shift right click places your jug on the ground. punching it will pick it back up. And while it's on the ground, you can drink from it. Alright, let's see here. We've got one more that needs to cook. Let's go ahead and get these formed into ingots here. Last one out here. And we will get it taken care of. And now we will put these on the anvil, spread them out. In case you didn't know, I just right click the front, and that's how I spread them equally. 2, 3, and now we're going to take those, we're going to put them back on there, we're going to hammer them. Oh, we're not going to hammer them into plates. We are going to make another anvil. This one we're going to try to make out of stone, I hope. Otherwise, we're going to have to run and get another thing of, yeah, we're not doing that. Don't think I have any other hard rock materials. Let's look and see. What do we have here? Stone. Oh, that just requires stone. Okay. Well, we can deal with that. Let's go ahead and cook up. And might as well do 14. Because I will probably break this one as well. And while we're at it, we can cook these 9 scrap back up to another ingot. Because we will need that, because we're going to need 4 of these lead plates. But we are hoping that we're going to get enough scrap to make our last double ingot. Because I didn't have enough. Now, so you guys know, I have not found a lead vein. So I have been scouring the rivers for small ores, and that is where I've gotten this lead and galena. And while we wait on that to cook up there is my clay pit. Show you guys a little bit about how large these are. This was all clay other than the top layer that is dirt, and then it should go down about 7 layers deep. There you go, there's the bottom. So never have to worry about getting clay. So don't fret if you mess up a crucible. There's always more clay. Sometimes they tend to go off just a little bit, and molds can be a little bit of a pain. But molds can be remelted. So that's not a big worry. Alright, let's get stone anvil done here. Never put that on the right side. Alright, let's see how long this one lasts compared to that black granite one. Alright. Oh, 1 hit. That kind of stinks. That really kind of stinks. Alright, well, that's going to make this a little bit of a challenge. I'm going to have to go get more black granite. Hold on a second. Stone, black granite, red granite, lead, bronze. Okay, so if I get... where did they go? Don't look at all my mess. I do tend to have just a little bit of a mess. I actually cleaned out my inventory for this. You guys can believe that. That's only going to give me 6. Kind of hard to believe, I know. As messy as my inventory is now, that I actually cleaned it out before we got started. Alright, let's go ahead and just get a whole bunch of stone here so we can get through this. And before next stream, or next episode, I will go and grab more black granite. And we'll make another black granite one. Or maybe we can make a bronze one. We'll see about that. Alright, so let's get another stone one made here. Get my hammer back. Thank you. And we'll put this one on here. That is not what I'm trying to put on there. Thank you. Go. And now we've got more scrap we can cook up. And then we can make us our last plate. Once we get enough stone. Luckily, this will be the last plate we're going to have to make this way after we make the copper. We got a copper plate to make and a lead plate, and then we are done with doing plates this way. We will need the anvil for other things later, but we'll not need it for plates. Thank goodness for that. Gotta love that crucible. Alright, so put these two together. Break another anvil. And get another 7 stone out. We'll make another anvil. As soon as this gets done, let's go ahead and... I don't think I have a junk chest. I got a rock chest. I got an ore chest. Alright, we're going to put the clay in with the ores, or the rocks. We're going to pitch the rest of these stones out here because we do not need a bunch of pebbles. We will have plenty of stone for plenty of things. No reason to save the pebbles. Alright, another anvil. And that will give us our last plate. Alright, so we got our 4 lead plates. And you know what? I absolutely lied. We do need more than 1 copper plate. So, because of that, we're going to go get black granite. Because this is going to be utterly painful remaking this every time it breaks for everything we need. Because we need to make a wrench. Alright. Everybody enjoys the idea of me dying. Let's go see if we can get this while it's still dark out here. I thought I marked the black granite I had found. Well, oh, tin vein. Black granite and tin vein. I almost forgot. Oh, and I did go to the copper vein, did get some more tetra and some copper. So we've got plenty of that to get started here. Let's go grab us some black granite. Make a new anvil. Let's grab about... I don't know if... I think we want to grab 14. Oh, we got enough for 2. That should be good. Oh, there's a zombie out there somewhere. Be careful, because he'll come up here and want to have a talk with yours truly. And I'm not one for enjoying being social with zombies. See, that guy just wanted to come right in here and mess with me. Alright, let's go get this done. Hey, more dry bark, thank you. I will take that. Run like a scared little chicken. I can't say that, the chicken ain't even running. I do believe I'm going to be making a bridge across here. I'll be making many trips across that river. I do believe I will be making a bridge. If you guys would like to see an episode of me building my bridge and doing kind of stuff kind of like that, let me know. Otherwise, I'll do it all off camera and we'll just deal with the GregTech stuff here. I do a lot of that kind of stuff in streams, but you guys let me know what you think. Alright, so I'll put both of them down there just in case we need them. Let's get some more of our peat out here. We'll throw that in there, and we're going to cook up those 3 copper. We're going to hammer up more of this copper ore. Let's see. 6, so I'm going to need about 12 of these. There we go. Make another black granite hammer. We're about to break the one we have. Now, if you put a tool above a tool, same kind, it should take care of replacing when the other one breaks. That time it didn't do it. Sometimes if you got one that's going to give scrap, they'll do that and not replace, but they normally will. Alright, so we need a bunch of copper plates. Technically we need 2, 8. I need 8 copper plates. So let's put these on here. Spread them out. We can go ahead and get the first one done here. And we need a double plate, so we're going to put those on there. We're going to hammer them together. And we're going to need some bricks. So let's get this out here. I'll throw that in there. Those cooked up. Now we can get started on our copper plates. See how quickly my inventory gets full? Didn't I just clean a lot of that out of there? Alright, that's 5. We need 1 more copper plate. There we go. Now we're going to put these 6 copper plates together with a hammer, copper wrench. And as you can see, level 0. You cannot mine anything with that. So do not think you can pick up a burning box with it, because that will not happen. We're going to throw all of these in here for a moment. We are going to cook up some of this copper scrap. Which actually we don't need to cook it up, but we've got fire to burn, so we might as well. Alright, so now we've got 12 bricks. We're going to turn into brick items, or brick blocks. We're going to put our 4 lead plates and our double copper plate with our copper wrench, and that is going to give us a burning box. Now, there is one very important thing I forgot to get that is very important for this process. Let's go get that right now. There it is, a piece of sand. Okay. Very, very important item to have. Now let's go put our crucible down. So, crucible, or burning box, crucible on top, and then we need our mold, which we need to make another one so we can do our plates. Because now we can do ingots, we can do sticks or rods and long rods, but we can't do plates yet. There's also a small gear, a large gear, which will be very important as well, but we're not going to need those today, so we're not going to make those. If you have any trouble figuring out what some of these designs are for the molds, there is a book, a Crucible book, that tells you how to make every one of them. And the easiest way to get one is to find a villager zombie, because they actually drop books. And you can pretty easily get one off of them. If you find a dungeon, there's also a chance that you can get them in there. And you will notice that I just broke my chisel. Well, I guess this is a good time to show you guys. A mold that does not make a shape produces nuggets. So every spot that is carved out of here is a nugget. So depending on how many nuggets you need, depends on how many you want to carve out of there. Okay, why are you doing this to me again? Oh, wait a minute. This time it's my fault. Alright, there's another plate. But we are most definitely not doing the rod. We have a crucible. We are going to cook it. Alright, so we need something that will burn but burn up fast. And that is going to be this bark here. But we also want some coal. We're going to put that in there. And the lead burning box is low on efficiency, so you don't want to put too much in your crucible. Crucible can hold 16 inside of it, 16 ingots worth, and it has a buffer for 1 stack, whether it's 1 item you throw in or an entire stack or somewhere in between. It is 1 stack that can sit in the top. Alright, so we're going to throw that in, and we're going to cook us up a rod to make a chisel. Now, we've got, let's see, do we have anything really dense? We've got lead, that'll work. Okay, so a couple things that are very important when you're working with a crucible. 1, do not put a whole lot of coal in there. Especially when you're doing something very very low heat, because lead burns for quite a while. Now, I had 2 stacks of sticks. Did I seriously burn up every stick I had? Looks like I did. Alright, so let's go ahead and make... Really? Can't put 2 different kinds of logs together? Or 2 different kinds of planks together? Alright. So, the other thing with the crucible is always have something to throw in, just in case. Alright, so we're going to light that up. We've got copper already in here. And we're going to throw those 18 in as well. Do not touch that crucible. It is hot. It will burn your butt. It will kill you. And watch what is in there. Make sure you know exactly what is in there too. Because if you have too much of the wrong thing in there, like I have copper in here right now, and I know that that copper is going to melt around 1400, and the crucible will burn up at 25. So I know that when it turns into molten copper, which you'll be able to see, I'm only a little bit over halfway through what it can do. Alright, so before that cools off too awful much, let's get another coal in here. And let's see if we get lucky. Oh, we did. Alright, so the reason why I'm using the coal right now is because this is dark ash, which only comes from coal. which is very important because right now it is the only way of making iron in the early game. You can do it later with carbon, but carbon's not easy to get. So this is your form of carbon. So you want to burn a lot of coal things. Now, the tree bark I have here will burn a lot quicker. It's a lot safer to use. But since I know I have about half a crucible of copper in here, I know I should be able to get through 2, possibly 3 before I need to worry about it burning up. And that's just something that will take you time to learn. Okay, so there's another one. Now this time I'm going to be a little more safe, and I'm going to use the tree bark. And this is what the sand is for, is to turn off the burning box. A burning box will only be turned off if the amount of fuel that is currently burning has ran out of its time to burn. So by stuffing out the front of a burning box with a block, we're going to use the sand, it will stop it from letting the next item ignite. So that's why you want to use something that's very low in burn time, so you can actually turn off your burning box and it won't put any more heat into the crucible and then burn up your crucible because it gets too much heat. And for certain things, it's going to give you lots of ash or tiny ash. Use a shovel and you can pull that ash out while it is burning. Now you can also use a shovel on the crucible to take out anything that is not currently molten yet from the top of it, but we don't want to mess with our copper, so we're not going to do so. Alright, so I got tiny ash out of that. Ash has very little use, so you don't want to burn up too many non-coal things. You can mix it with the peat to make bituminous peat, and that's about it. There's not a whole lot of more uses for it. Now, once you get a better burning box, this is not going to be so slow. This is the entry level burning box. We're going to be changing this burning box very, very soon. We're actually going to be changing it over to bronze, which is going to be kind of the next level crucible. Or, sorry, burning box, not crucible. Crucible, we're going to stay with clay for a very long time. Let me turn this way so I can actually watch this. We will bring up the burning boxes here. There is a lot of them. So we went with the solid lead burning box. 50% efficiency, so half of your heat. Okay, we got to stop that. Turn that off. And we will pour our rod. Now you do not want to take that out directly. And if you look, it is turned off. Now I am not going down there because I am not touching that crucible. But if you grab that straight out, it will hurt you. But if you let it go for a minute, it'll cool off. Now you see everything in there went back to being solid again. We're going to go ahead and make this chisel real quick. And we're going to finish pouring that. We need chisel, hammer, or file and hammer, sorry. Rod and plates. And I will get these tools in the right place, I promise. There we go. Alright, and I need... There we go. Go ahead and pop them out. Make some sticks. Make a couple more fire starters. Like 6 of them. And we're going to go ahead and jump our butt up here. Light that back up. We probably should get the ash out of there. Go. Make sure, yeah, we still got tree bark in there. And we're going to go ahead and take this out. We'll plop it back down out here. And we will grab our ingot one. We're going to pour some copper ingots now. Now, I usually tend for anything less than about 2,000 degrees Kelvin to count to 10. That is the best way I've found to do this. By the way, if you need to know your melting temperature, your material, you can just look at it there and it says contains, how much it has, and then M is the melting point, B is the boiling point, and weight is the weight of it, the density of it. So as you can see, the copper is 110 kilograms, where the lead is 140. So it's a little bit denser. We're going to let this go just a little bit longer this time. Oh, it actually burned it up, so we didn't need to worry about putting that one out. Alright, so I'm going to grab it now. We'll grab this one a little early. There you go. You can see it hurts. And there's our copper ingots. I got to be careful this time. Make sure I don't... Yeah, that one was still a little early. And yeah, that was a little early too. Now there is a heat suit. Let's see. There we go. There is a heat suit. There it is, heat protection. But that takes aluminum. So that'll be a little while before we can make. IC2 does not work any longer. It did up until Greg making this, the radiation suit. Yeah, it does not work any longer for heat protection. So you can't do that, but there is another tool that we can use that'll help to protect us. And we will do that in the next one. This one was a little longer than usual, but this was a very important one because we have now gotten to a crucible, so we can now start melting down things and not needing an anvil quite so much. So in the next one, we will be making a set of pincers, tongs, that we can grab our hot ingots with. And we will also be making a bronze burning box to upgrade this and some other stuff. So hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in the next one.